Our speaker this morning is Gary Tintinger with his speech entitled, "The Things the Punk Taught Me, The Things the Punk Taught Me," Gary Tintinger.
Been said that words are the most powerful force in all humanity. If you agree, give me a hoorah. Hoorah. You can do better. Hoorah. Hoorah. Words can build up. Words can break down. I believe that the power of that force is magnified when you take those words, put them on a label. You take that label and you put it on a person. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what is your view on the way we use labels in society today? Stereotypical labels, racist labels. My late one Billy had a particularly strong view on the use of labels. Have you heard him once share with my mom? Lorna, when you label the child, you disable the child. Labels are a self-fulfilling prophecy. We become what we think we are. Yes, Mom, if you didn't treat me like an idiot, maybe I wouldn't act like one. That was 1978. I woke up in 1982, and this ear was still ringing. Now, 10-year-old me didn't quite understand what one Billy meant by self-fulfilling prophecy. But those words would come back and haunt me many years later. I'd like to share with you a story that helped shape my view on labels. It took place in the 80s. Boys wore baby blue and pink. We had long fringes. Yes, millennials, we did it before Justin Bieber. And then he arrived, the new boy at school. Hair shaved like a skinhead. Short and stocky, looking cocky, trying his hardest to look mean. The scars on his arms helped complete that picture. Paula Poslinski, 20-year veteran of English teaching, took one look at that lot, labeled the trouble, and dispatched it to the back of the class to join the other troublemaker. That was Paula's first mistake, because where she saw trouble, I saw kindred spirit. I called him Sid, the skinhead. We became really good friends. Now, the first thing I learned about Sid is his name wasn't Sid, it was Cedric. And he wasn't trouble, he was troubled. You see, he had gone from foster home to foster home before eventually becoming adopted. And as a result, he felt unwanted, unloved, unlovable. His other problem was that as a child, he was the quintessential nerd. And that got him bullied on the bus. So as he became a teenager, he shaved his hair, got contact lenses, buffed himself up, and created this aggressive persona, this punk persona, as a self-defense mechanism. Oh, we were quite the team, the class clown and the punk. We were a source of immense consternation to Paula Poslinski and her peers. By the time we had left school, we amassed an impressive number of labels. My personal favorite, most likely to end up in jail. School ended and Sid and I went our separate ways. We eventually lost contact, as happens. And then one day I got a call. It was Sid. He wanted to meet up. When I saw him again, I was shocked, gobsmacked. Standing in front of me, a successful-looking businessman. Gone was the punk persona. He was a lecturer. He became a teacher. The irony of it. We spoke late into the night, drank far too much. I shared stories of my family. Sid regaled me with stories of the many relationships he'd had with the ladies. Some of them wild, some weird. All of them failed. And that night, as we parted ways and I watched my friend go, I couldn't help but feel a little bit proud. We'd overcome the labels that society had placed on us. We weren't in jail. A few days later, I got a phone call. It was dead. He'd taken his own life. As I stood at my friend's grave, asking why, it hit me like a punch in the stomach. When Billy's words came back to me, we become who we think we are. And as much as Sid had overcome all of the labels that society had placed on him, he couldn't overcome the labels he placed on himself. Unwanted, unloved, unlovable. And as I stood there, angry at him for doing, I looked down and I saw my own labels. You know, of all the things the punk taught me, how to brew your own liquor in science class, the fine art of lockpicking, his greatest lesson came from the grave. Personal labels are insidious. Without us even knowing, they define our identity. They shape our destiny. They limit what we allow ourselves to become. And just in time, I realized it's never too late to be the person you were meant to be. They say that words are the most powerful force in all humanity. I disagree. I think you are. Because you control those words. And you are stronger than you know, smarter than you think, and loved way more than you believe. You put that on your label. Contest you.